We did our presentation on Era 8, which had like the civil rights movement and equality and all that and communism. In this part of the presentation, I did my part on Martin Luther King. He was an activist and he was a great speaker, and everybody knows him most for his "I Have a Dream" speech. And, this is like part of the speech. But 100 years later, we must face the tragic fact that the Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. So we have come here today to dramatize an appalling condition. So yeah, that was part of Martin Luther King's speech. I thought doing this part on him was pretty interesting because everybody knows him, and he was a huge part in the civil rights movement, and he helped like lead the way, and a lot of people followed after his movements and took him by example. In this next video, Sarah is going to explain her part.
The next video is about Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was a woman, an African-American woman, who went and boarded on the bus on her way home from work. She was a seamstress, and when she boarded the bus, she sat down, and it was whites in the front and blacks in the back. And she sat down in one of the front seats, and a white man came on and told her to move to the back, and she refused. And she started this whole big thing about segregation and trying to get equality for blacks and whites. So this is a video reenacting that scene.
Get out of my seat, Negro. What do you think you're doing? This is a white boy's place. Black sitting in the back. Okay, have it your way, Negro. Officer. Show this Negro where she belongs.
Get out. Now.
No.
Now.
No.
Now.
No.
Then you're going to get forced out.
Thank you, officer. Democracy. The difference between communism and democracy is communism is a altogether part of political and economy and all other types. Communism, everyone works together and gets the same piece of the pie. Rather than democracy, it is everyone's fighting for themselves. Some are low, some are high. It is all over a very messy system compared to Russians.
And pretty much what the Cold War was, it was America and Russia pretty much fighting it out like little 12-year-olds, saying that one's better than the other when truly they're never really decide on who's better than each other. It mainly started with nuclear weapons, and it ended up coming up, even though Cold War was bad, it ended up doing some great accomplished stuff like getting people to the moon. And in this video we pretty much explain, we show the stupidity within the Cold War of just pretty much just people arguing, and that's all it was. But we do talk about the stuff that happened that was good.
Stupid Americans think that they can hide nuclear weapons from Russia.
Well, I mean, we're Americans, and you're communists, and democracy is way better than communism.
No. You see, communism is so efficient. We are a well-oiled machine. You see, we are so well-oiled, you do not even know that some of your men are ours. We have your plans. We make better nuke.
We make better, you make better nukes? That's
Yes.
why we've already, we've already destroyed Japan.
No.
I mean, we could attack you next. I mean, you never know. We can
Your,
have
your
we might
small little bomb is nothing compared to Russia.
have, our small little bomb was a prototype.
A prototype, yes.
Yes.
And we see your new plans. We have men in your area.
We have men in your area.
You think you do. We assassinate them.
Oh. Well, we got bombs in Japan.
Yeah, you think so. We have bombs in Cuba. They are pointed right at you.
They're pointing at you. We had 3 bombs right at you.
You think you're so tough, eh?
Yes, we
You think you're so tough. Our bombs are bigger.
How do you know? Have you seen our bombs?
Yes, we have. We have men in your area.
You do?
We are watching you every step.
We're watching you every step.
During the entire Cold War,
Are
we
you sure?
will.
We got a man on the
Communism will take over America. You'll see.
We got a man on the moon.
You think we got first man in space.
So? We got him on the moon.
We started it.
So? We finished it.
You copied off of us.
You copied off of us with your nuke.
And we improved upon you.
We've improved upon us too.
You think you're so big.
We are big.
It moon, no big deal. What you got? Bunch of dust. We have bigger
We had to
bombs.
save you in World
Your
War II.
entire country will be gone.
We had to save
It will be moon dust. See, you
You
are
would have
visiting
won-
you are visiting your future country. Just like moon. Just dust, wasteland, bunch of craters from our big nukes.
You're big nuke. So you tell me
Yes.
you tell me you got a nuke to the moon before you got a person? Are you guys that stupid?
No. You see, Russia will make America like moon.
You will.
Dust, craters,
How do you-
everything.
how do you
Not
know-
a single
how do
person.
you know if the moon's like you haven't been up
Population
there?
0.
You haven't been up there. So how would you know?
We see your stupid pictures. Why we waste money going to moon?
Because you guys waste money on building nukes.
See,
Because
we take your attention away from building nukes by having you do this silly little challenge.
So a little challenge. And why'd you
Yes.
start it?
You guys want to just finish it up?
Yeah, so as you guys can see, the arguments between Russia and America during the Cold War were very
Stupid.
immature would be a better word. They just went back and forth. Oh, I got a nuke on you. I got a bigger nuke on you. It just went back and forth for quite a long time. Too long, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that basically concludes our presentation. I hope you understand what happened with Martin Luther and Rosa Parks and also the Cold War. Thank you.
Not loud enough, dude?
Thank you.